Well, it is Wellness Wednesday, and while we're usually concerned about how someone is feeling physically, there may be something going on up here as well, especially during the holiday season. Ashley Kopanis from the Zeph Center is here with 12 ways to find more joy during the Christmas season. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It could be a really tough year for people.
Yeah, I think the last 2 years have been a lot for folks. And I'll tell you, when folks probably hear 12, they're like, 12 tips, that's a lot. That's making me feel a little anxious. But really, it was purposeful in the sense of there are a lot of days that lead up to the holiday. We have been preparing for this. So if we could break out some bite-sized chunks for you and make them more palatable.
Yes, all right. Let's start with the first one here, accepting your needs.
Yeah, so these are going to sound really basic because sometimes when we get overwhelmed, we look for big solutions. So sometimes smaller bite-sized pieces, getting back to basics is what we need. Accept your needs. Know what you need. If you know that you need to eat regular meals, do that. If you know that you get thirsty, do that. Be mindful of what you need. We're going to focus on not doing too much. It's okay to say no. There might be some smaller things that you need to give up so that you can be prepared and present for some of the bigger plans that you would like to be a part of. Yeah. Be realistic. Remember that things that you're going to see on Facebook, on Instagram, those are our best foot forward, and that's not our everydays. That's our highlight reel. So, be realistic when we're comparing. Try not to compare.
Right. That can happen a lot this time of year. You see everybody on their Instagram and watching Hallmark movies, and everything is perfect, right?
Right. The small town wins.
Right.
Yes.
All right. What do you have next?
Set some boundaries and be realistic about your expectations for families, but then also yourself. Like, let's just be realistic. Know that you can say no, know that you can give yourself an out for things. Family dynamics are a lot. We want to come together because we've been apart for so long, but know when to just take a step back. Give yourself that breath and time to refocus. Yeah. A simple trick to do is when you feel overwhelmed, drink water. Your body will regulate itself so that you don't drown, basically. Let's breathe and just be present, because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do, is be present and connect with people we care about.
Right, absolutely.
This next one might seem cheesy, but it's creating a gratitude list. And when we feel overwhelmed that we don't, of all the what-nots or don't-haves, this list allows us to recenter and look at, oh my gosh, there are silver linings to things. These things do bring value. So that's a good baseline. Exercise daily. I know people are like, I don't have time, but this could be any amount of time. This really helps your body produce some natural stress relieving hormones. It also physically will kind of wear you down so that you can unplug for the day. Get your body tired so that you can rest. We have so much going on in our minds with these expectations. Exercise is a quick and easy fix for that. Our next is
prioritizing self-care. Sometimes we put ourselves last, don't we?
Yeah. And, self-care isn't all about bubble baths. Sometimes it is a matter of making sure that you did eat today before you fed other people. It might be unplugging for a period of time from your phone. So that is going to be important, however your self-care is. And it could be exercise is your self-care.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then, eating. This time of year, it's hard to eat well, isn't it? But we feel so much better when we do.
Yeah, a tip for that would be, if you're going to go to a gathering, have a healthy snack before you go, so you have kind of a base in your belly, so you still get to have some of those treats that you allow yourself to indulge in during this time, but you're still feeding your body the things that you need.
Yes, you can, have some salad maybe before you go. You got the greens in there. You have the vegetables that are good for you. And then you mentioned earlier resting and sleeping too. That's huge.
Yeah, we like to joke that it's sleep hygiene, right? Keeping a regular rhythm with our sleep as far as what time we do unplug, keeping a routine. We train our brains how to settle. So making sure that we can keep that routine and get the sleep that we need is going to be critical for you so that you have enough energy to enjoy all these things that you've been planning for.
Yeah, and then quickly we wanted to mention the last two: avoid alcohol and drugs and find support. You know, I think that that could be really hard for people to admit too.
It is, and we know that alcohol use and drug use has been up as a coping thing for the last couple of years for folks, and we are often finding toasting or alcohol and drugs are part of a lot of events for folks, but it does impact your overall mood on the back end. In the moment, it might be fun and feel like it's helping you settle, but it does impact anxiety and sleep. It can really throw off your sleep rhythm. So, moderation will be important.
All right, and then find that support. The Zeph Center can be there for you. Ashley, thank you so much for joining us this morning, giving us these tips, because we're certainly going to need them.